Mitch, Souter, what are your thoughts on a very strong second half showing for Bradford to beat Widnes this afternoon?
Very, very proud with the second half. I touched on it a little earlier at halftime. Greeny said, good teams bounce back, and I think after an emotional week, that first half probably showed a bit of dip in energy and just kind of us being at our best. But yeah, he said to us, he challenged us. He said, good teams bounce back. Let's get back to our best, do what we do well, and I think we really did that in the second half. So there's good positives to take away from the second half there.
These are a lot of positives from that performance, but as Brian's just said, there's still aspects where the team, the side, have that sort of self-harming nature where, coming up with an error or a penalty, which then results in, Widnes possession and points. So you're then having to chase the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think today we probably took a step back in that sense. There was a lot of times today we shot ourselves in the own foot. I think a lot of their points came off either our errors and a penalty, or you know both of those things at once. So I think once we got back to our best and cut that down in the second half, yeah, it really showed what we could do and got back to our best there.
Do you see those sort of episodes of self-harming easy fixes?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just concentration issues. Just little lapses in concentration. Um, yeah, I think they are. I think they are easy fixes. It was probably a lot of attitude and, as I said before, a bit of a dip from the big week we've had, which is unfortunate because we want to stay up, but the nature of the game and the nature of sport is you can't stay up forever. So we're just lucky we got away with it today.
How important was it to draw that line and not dwell too much on what happened last week against York?
Yeah, massive. It was a really emotional week for us all, myself in particular. Um, yeah, after the game, everyone was shattered, and that's something I'm not really used to having, like middle of the season with all these cups and everything. So that was a challenge for me as well, to navigate those emotions middle of the season. But we kick stones for after the game, and for one day. But at the end of the day, you got to get on with it. We're here to do a job and to get back to business. So yeah, that's just what we have to do.
And it was a great fast start, two tries in 8 minutes to set the ball rolling.
Yeah, it was. I think our starting middles really stepped up today, and yeah, they made that possible. I thought they ran really hard and defended really well, and then the errors and the discipline issues just crept in a bit there. But I think we started really well, and if we can start most games like that, then we should go all right this year.
How important was it after conceding three tries late in that first half that you kept Widnes scoreless in that second half? That defensive solidity, resilience, was on point, and you ticked all those effort areas that Brian and Lee have asked you to do.
Yeah, it was massive, and that's why I go back to what I said before. I think those disciplinary issues and all that was just an attitude problem in that first half. I think they are easy fixes because we then went and fixed it in the second half, just like that, really. So it's just on us to stay disciplined and stay concentrating on those little effort areas, and yeah.
And it was only really in the last sort of 20 minutes that you finally managed to build on the game and break Widnes down. And it kind of started with your super try, which was something out of nothing.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't something out of nothing. It was just a build up of that pressure and just kicking to a corner and just winning that field position and winning the yardage battles, which is what we try to pride ourselves on because we know when we're at our best and we're doing that at our best. Like, there's not many teams that can go with us. So as long as we just narrow our focus to winning those yardage battles, those little moments will come, and there's a lot of good talent in our team to be able to take those moments. So yeah.
And just on a personal note, talk us through what you saw with that try, because it's a last tackle play, and you kind of hear the groans from the fans that it's not going to go to Keys or Lily, and you take control of the situation.
Yeah, for me, like as a nine, I just saw a big space in the middle of the field, so I ran towards it. And I don't know, footy instincts just kick in there, and I just got lucky with it. Got a regather, and I didn't know my arms were that long until I scored that try. So